Today we're looking at the ProtoArc Flexer Pro, which is a budget ergonomic office chair that comes in at around $369, but you'll be able to get it on sale for Black Friday for around $299. Now I've kind of been on a quest to find the best budget office chair in the $300 price range, and honestly most options you'll find are pretty weak. There are really only a handful that I can consistently recommend. So when ProtoArc reached out about this chair, I was really curious to see if it could actually deliver where so many other chairs have fallen short. And after testing it for the past 2 weeks, I think this chair has some unique features that really help it stand out. In this video, I'll be giving you my full review of the ProtoArc Flexer Pro. We'll go over everything I liked about the chair, as well as the things that I didn't like to help you decide if this chair is going to be the right fit for you. Now, I just want to mention that this video is sponsored by ProtoArc, but all opinions that you're going to hear are completely my own. I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts on this chair, the good and the bad. So with that out of the way, let's jump right into the review, starting with the design. So when it comes to the design, the ProtoArc Flexer Pro has a modern, sleek, and minimal aesthetic. It features a mesh backrest with a foam padded seat, and the black and gray color scheme on my version gives it a modern professional look that fits both office and home setups. The chair has balanced proportions that provide ergonomic support without looking bulky, which I really appreciate. It doesn't have that oversized look that some ergonomic chairs can have. One standout design element is the shape of the backrest. It tapers inward towards the middle, which allows you to spread out your arms without bumping into the frame. It also kind of just makes it look sleek and visually interesting instead of being boxy like a lot of other mesh chairs. The Flexer Pro is available in both black and white color options, which keeps things simple and versatile. In terms of versatility, I think this chair could fit in pretty much any environment, whether it's a home office, corporate setting, or even a gaming setup. The neutral colors and sleek minimal design make it adaptable to different spaces. Overall, I think the design is clean and professional. It's nothing too flashy and over the top, but it looks good in my opinion. When it comes to build quality, the Flexer Pro is decent for a chair in this price point. It's nothing that'll wow you, but it's definitely functional. The chair uses an aluminum alloy base, though it is a 6-piece base that you'll need to screw together during assembly. The frame is mostly made of plastic with very few metal components, but everything does feel sturdy despite that. I didn't notice any issues with stability, creaking, or wobbling during my testing, which is always a good sign. So the backrest uses what ProtoArc calls their FlexWeave Mesh, which is made from 100% nylon. This makes it waterproof and hydrophobic, which means it's easy to care for and clean. It's a very fine mesh where you can basically see right through it, which provides excellent breathability. So if you're someone who tends to run hot, then this could definitely be a good fit for you. The mesh has good elasticity and is very supportive, though it can feel a bit firm, which is pretty typical for mesh backrests in general. When it comes to the seat, it uses a high resilience foam cushion that's about 2.75 inches thick. It's relatively firm but feels decent quality, and I don't expect it to sag anytime soon. The chair has a 280-pound weight capacity, and it's recommended for people between 5'1" and 6'3" in height. That said, since this chair is relatively small, I'd say the optimal comfort zone is really for users up to 5'11". I also think it'd be a really good fit for smaller people between 5'1" and 5'5", offering better overall fit and posture support. Overall, the build quality is solid for the price. Now, it's not going to blow you away or anything, but it feels well put together and should hold up over time. Now let's talk about the actual comfort of the chair, starting with the seat. The seat has a relatively firm foam pad, but it does have a decent amount of give to it as well. I found it to be pretty supportive and comfortable during extended sitting sessions. Now, one unique thing about the seat is that it's actually designed to be breathable. Now, on the bottom of the actual seat pan, it has this ventilated cushion shell. This is meant to allow air to pass through as well as prevent moisture buildup. This is good for people who tend to run hot when they're sitting for long periods of time. The seat also has a waterfall front edge design, which helps with overall circulation and prevents pressure on the back of your legs. The seat is also padded all the way around with no hard frame edges, which makes it good for sitting cross-legged or with one leg tucked under the other if that's something that you like to do. I didn't notice any bottoming out even after sitting in the chair for extended sessions, which is always a good sign. You also have a seat pan depth adjustment feature by pulling the tab underneath the seat. You can extend it about 2.8 inches, which is great for accommodating people of different heights and leg lengths. Overall, I'd say the seat is pretty comfortable. It's definitely on the firm side, but it still has a decent amount of give. It's also breathable thanks to the ventilated base, which is a nice touch that you don't really see on foam padded seats. The backrest uses a mesh material that they call FlexWeave. It's made from 100% nylon, which makes it easy to clean and maintain, which is a plus. And like I mentioned earlier, it's a very fine mesh that provides excellent breathability. It also has really good elasticity and feels supportive, though it can feel a bit firm. Now when it comes to the lumbar support, the Flexer Pro has a dual zone lumbar support system where both sections are independently adjustable. You get 2 separate lumbar pads for mid and lower back support, which is pretty unique for a chair at this price point. That said, I personally found the lumbar support to be a bit aggressive and can feel a bit pokey in my opinion. So if you're like me and don't like aggressive lumbar support, then you can easily remove it, or you can opt for the base version of the Flexer chair that doesn't include the lumbar support and is less expensive. Personally, I find that the natural shape of the backrest provides enough support on its own. One thing I really like about this backrest though is that I don't really feel the frame through the mesh when I'm shifting around or stretching in the chair. Also, the tapered shape allows you to spread your arms out without crashing into the frame, which is really nice. Overall, the backrest is pretty comfortable and supportive. The breathability is excellent and the shape is well designed. Now when it comes to the recline, the Flexer Pro uses a synchro tilt mechanism and it feels very smooth. It has a nice deep recline that goes up to 130 degrees, which is good for taking breaks and lounging. Now one thing I really like on this chair is the implementation of the tilt tension adjustment. It uses a crank mechanism similar to what you'd find on a Hayworth chair. The crank is easy to access while sitting in the chair and feels very responsive. It only takes a few turns to really feel a significant difference in the tilt tension. This is a huge improvement over most chairs in this price range, where the tilt tension knob will be located under the seat and hard to access while sitting. The chair also has tilt lock with 4 different locking positions at 90 degrees, 105 degrees, 115 degrees, and 130 degrees. Overall, I'd say the recline mechanism is pretty good for a chair at this price point. It's versatile enough for upright tasking as well as lounging, and again, I really like the implementation of the tilt tension adjustment. When it comes to the armrests on the Flexer Pro, they are 4D adjustable with height, depth, width, and pivot adjustments. And the adjustment ranges are really good. That said, they can feel a bit plasticky when adjusting, but it hasn't really been an issue for me during regular use. For the most part, the adjustments have good resistance to them, so you don't really need to worry about accidentally knocking them out of position. My only gripe was with the depth adjustment, where they would kind of slide forward as I was pushing off of the chair to shift positions. When it comes to the arm pads themselves, they're pretty decent. They're not the softest arm pads I've ever felt, but they do have some give to them and they definitely get the job done. And they're not uncomfortable by any means when you're digging your elbows into them. The armrests feel pretty stable despite being made entirely of plastic. There is a little bit of play when you raise them all the way up, but that's kind of just to be expected when you have so many moving parts. They're definitely sturdy enough to the point where I can push off of them to shift positions or to get up out of the chair easily. Overall, the armrests are pretty good for a $300 chair. You're getting full 4D adjustability with really good adjustment ranges, and they're pretty comfortable to use, which is more than you can say about most chairs at this price point. So now let's talk about value. The ProtoArc Flexer Pro comes in at around $369, though you'll be able to get it on sale for Black Friday for $299. And at this price point, I think this chair offers pretty good value for the money. You're getting a comfortable, breathable chair with a ton of adjustability options and unique features like the FlexWeave Mesh and the ventilated seat base. Now the build quality isn't the absolute best I've seen at this price range, but it's still pretty solid. What really makes up for it, in my opinion, is the warranty. Now ProtoArc offers a 10-year limited warranty on this chair, which is really good for a $300 chair. Now most chairs in this price range will only offer 1 to 3 years, so the fact that you're getting 10 years of coverage gives you some good peace of mind. Overall, I really do like the ProtoArc Flexer Pro. The breathability is excellent for those of you who tend to run hot, and the adjustability is really good for this price point. It's not the flashiest chair, it's pretty simple and minimal, but it definitely gets the job done and it's really comfortable to use. So if you're interested in checking out the ProtoArc Flexer Pro, I'll have a link down in the description. And if you have any questions about this chair or want to know how it compares to other chairs in this price range, feel free to leave me a comment down below.